Sup? Good. Popping, cracking, percolating was really good in the hood. It's your man Theo Butler. I thought we was doing something last live. You know what I'm saying? I thought we was and everything because we wasn't really getting no trolled, and then I realized the internet went down. I was like, okay, well that was why you didn't get no trolling. But you see what we got going on. Stephanie Williams. Yeah. Stephanie Williams, mm, award-winning writer, right? What's going on? What's going on, Lee Righteous? Mm. Gonna be writing Vixen. That's all right now. That's all right. Some great coffee. Heard we supposed to get some other people that then water totem and everything like that. Cause if you're a comic book fan, you keep up with Vixen. You know her abilities come through the totem. You know it's been other people that then wore that totem before she did. But now we're not gonna act like that. Who's the main Vixen? It's Marie McCabe. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Anyway, Miss Williams. Miss Williams, I understand she getting some pushback. I've seen this on X and everything. She's getting some pushback in regards to comments regarding Black Panther. I mean, come on now. Y'all know I'm a Black Panther content influencer, so of course this had to be Black Panther related. I'm gonna go back to these comments because you either care or you don't. You either care or you don't. You either know or you don't. Right? Let's go right here. Let me see here. Yeah. Eisner Award winning. That's all right there. Eisner Award nominated comic writer Stephanie Williams became the center of a social media controversy following her announcement as the writer for DC's new ongoing Vixen series. Yeah. The primary friction stems from online discourse regarding her vision for expanding Vixen's mythology, her past comments about Marvel's Black Panther, and pushback from certain online comic factions. Yeah, that's what that is. What's going on, Dante? Let me see here. At San Diego Comic-Con, DC announced that Williams would pen the new Vixen ongoing series as part of its Next Level initiative. Cool. Williams stated that her run would expand Vixen's lore by introducing new totems and totem bearers across the African diaspora. Kind of makes sense. Right. Including a character from Charleston, South Carolina. Where's Chadwick Boseman from? While many fans celebrated the expansion, some critics accused her of diluting the character's legacy or attempting to pass Vixen's mantle onto someone else. Africa is a huge continent. Like that's we need more than a couple of heroes. You need more than one, because that's a big landmass right there. One not gonna do it. One not gonna do it. Yeah, I know how we feel, but no, you need help. You need help. She needs some assistance. Williams explicitly clarified that Marie McCabe's central role remains intact. Okay, that's good right there. See how she said that? I'm gonna bring in some other totems, but she gonna stay the central figure. You see how she said it? She made sure she said that Marie McCabe is gonna stay the central figure. Right. Okay, stay right there. That doesn't mean we're taking Vixen's totem and giving it to somebody else. Ooh, she being explicit, ain't she being explicit? What's going on, Zuko Fig? She's making sure she's saying some key stuff, right? That's some folks looking at, because you can see some similarity between Marie McCabe and T'Challa, totem, mantle, other folk. You can see it, right? She telling you, no, we not gonna bring everybody else in their mama. Ain't nobody gonna get screen time like Marie gonna get screen time. Marie gonna get screen time. They not saying that over here. Last son of Thanagar. What's going on, big dog? What's going on? The controversy crossed over into Marvel territory as critics on X, I see y'all, formerly Twitter, resurfaced her past work and commentary regarding Black Panther, specifically her work on Marvel's Wakanda anthology series focusing on shooting. Right. I read it, bought it. Detractors drew a parallel between her plans to introduce multiple totem bearers in Vixen and the contentious comic and cinematic storylines where Shuri takes over the Black Panther mantle from T'Challa. Critics allege that her writing philosophy actively favors displacing original black leads, a claim her supporters flatly reject as an uncharitable reading of her intent to expand fictional universe. Target of personal attacks and response. I'm not a fan of that. You can criticize the writer's writing without this. So if you don't know how to do that, just don't go holler at somebody else. Let them chirp at the writer. The discourse quickly escalated from creative critique into highly personal and racially charged harassment against Williams on social media. We're not going to do that. Williams addressed her attackers on X directly, emphasizing that comic fandom should inspire real-world empathy rather than vitriol. She's absolutely true. Those characters you worship can't love you back. They aren't real. Yes, their stories matter, but those same stories aren't just escapism. They're a form of practice. They're a practice for imagining courage, imagining kindness. You're supposed to take that imagination and apply it to your everyday life where real people exist. So, I could go on, but here's the thing. Shout out to my brother Daryl, Be Real with D-Real. Shout out to Joseph Illich. Shout out to Stephanie Williams. Shout out to Marwa Ayodele, right? Shout out to Jonathan Mayberry, the writers. Shout out to Tony Cottrell. Shout out to Zoe from Epic. Right. In essence, I want to thank all the writers that we've come across. I want to thank them for blessing us with the information that they presented to us, because if you don't talk to a writer, you don't know how this goes. And I would like to think that those of us that are sports fans would do better than this. If the Dallas Cowboys suck, that's Jerry Jones's fault. That's the owner. That's the person who hires the head coach, signs off on the offense coordinator and defense coordinator coming in. The head coach can't bring them in unless he get approval from the owner. Well, you got the board of directors, right? Because Marvel stock, that's publicly traded, right? Right. But C.B. Cebulski was just the latest editor-in-chief. That's the editor-in-chief. He would be the owner. He'd be the owner. Stephanie would have been a position coach. Well, he signed off on it. Now, whatever the position coach was doing with that position, the owner never had a problem with it. As a matter of fact, the owner paid him for it, right? And so you got folks mad at the position coach. Well, the position coach is bought in to do a certain job a certain way. They could want to do what they want to do, but if that's not what the team wants you to do, then you got to coach the position the way the team wants you to coach the position, whether you feel like it or not. As the writer, you got to do what they tell you to do. She's telling you that she did not have a lot of leeway at Marvel. Well, are we going to act like we didn't read them comics then? No, for real. Because I know daggum good and well, we not sniping at her no differently than we would be sniping at John Ridley. I read she did not do nowhere near as bad as what John Ridley did. She didn't. She didn't even come close. Even with that little story that she wrote with Shuri right there, she didn't disrespect T'Challa. Oh no, Lord Jesus have mercy. No, it's one dude and he was told to do it. He was encouraged to do it. T'Challa getting lumped up every issue, getting lumped up on the front cover of every issue. Right. Being told he this, that, there, and the third every issue. That was a hit piece. It was a 15-issue hit piece. And you know who desk it went by and they never stopped it? It was the editor-in-chief. It was the editor-in-chief. See, when you're a writer and you come on board, They either bringing you on board to do what they want you to do, or they bringing you on board for you to do what you want to do. Now, how many writers do we think get to come on and do what they want to do in comics? It ain't that list not long at all. No, you coming in to do what they want you to do. And you better do it well. Well, I don't think I know what nerds know, because I know the MCU fans don't know this, movie fans don't know this because you don't read comics. That's not me taking a dig. That's me stating a fact. So you don't know that Marvel comic books then went above and beyond to drag T'Challa in every shape, form, or fashion for the past 6 to 7 years. You don't know that. All you know is that the actor passed away. All you know is that they deleted the character in the second movie. You don't know the levels in which they went to embarrass this character in the comic books. They can claim respect all day over there in the movies. Oh, there's been nothing respectful being done in the comic. This is this character's 60th anniversary, and they ain't even got an ongoing monthly. That's not a complaint, by the way. That's an observation. Because we're not doing this with nobody else. Could you imagine this being Peter's 60th anniversary? Man, look, Peter would have an ongoing monthly. Peter would have had a 60th anniversary. Do you not know we ain't even got a maximum Black Panther? I'm talking about an action figure. When they could have made, that would have been printed money. They could have came out and dropped a maximum Black Panther. Because if you're not going to drop a maximum Black Panther action figure on his 60th anniversary, when you going to do it? When you going to do it? If you can't drop a T'Challa, Shorty, 2-pack, whether they both Black Panthers or he's the King of the Dead and she's the Griot, if you can't do that on his 60th anniversary, when you gonna do it? It's some great coffee. Some great coffee. So to those that are upset with Stephanie Williams, I don't think you really understand the writing process. Now, I know y'all gonna be like, with Theo, you didn't get upset. I got upset because we had a conversation with a writer and we told the writer how it was gonna negatively impact the character. But now, if the writer was told to do that, if the writer was instructed to do that, and I low-key believe they were, what am I supposed to say? I didn't read this writer's work, and see, this is the thing we have to take into consideration. If the writer has written something away from one of the big two, before we go chirping, go see what that looked like. See, I know what somebody's writing looked like away from the big two. So I got expectations. I'm like, nah, I saw what you did over there. So this got to be you being told to do this. Don't tell me you doing it willy-nilly, because I don't believe that. Because if you're doing it willy-nilly, then I'm like, come on now. Come on now. But now, you being forced to do it, well, all you got to do is just sit back and read the room. You be like, okay, all right, I see it. So, when it comes to Miss Stephanie Williams, I'm going to keep up with these notes and I'm going to get on up out of here. Say Farmer would do it. When it comes to Miss Stephanie Williams, one, I read her work on Black Panther. I wasn't upset, you know what I'm saying? Because that wasn't T'Challa's. She did that in Wakanda. She didn't do that in the ongoing monthly. She didn't. So if we can get 30 million title, 30 million comic books with one character, how many Spider-Man comic books we got? Cool. How many Batman comic? Right. Superman, right. Africa is a lot of land. There should be an ongoing Black Panther monthly. There should be. And there should be a partner title going on with it, because that's a lot of land. That's a lot of land. So in regards to how she wrote that story, I didn't have a problem with it. I had more of a problem because it's a side story. It had Wakanda on it. I didn't have a problem with it. I definitely had a problem with John Ridley in that 15-issue run, because that was the main title. Stephanie Williams hasn't wrote a main Black Panther title. She hasn't. So the discourse and folks sniping on her, I don't know what that is. And if we've been reading comics, we know that Marie McCabe ain't the first person to wear that totem. Does that mean she ain't the main Vixen? Does that mean she ain't the main totem? No, she's the main totem bearer, just like T'Challa is the main mantle wearer. That's what that is. We're not gonna do that. But if she wants to fill in the blanks of those other characters that have worn the totem without taking away from Marie McCabe, that's her expanding on the lore of Vixen. That should be what you want. She ain't just telling you, oh, it's just a totem. She finna come in and say, okay, let me fill in this history that's missing. Low key, that's what we got with Cheryl Lynn Eaton. Low key, that's what we want from other writers. There's too much history in regards to T'Challa and the lore and legacy of Black Panther that's missing for you to just be coming out here doing whatever you want to do. That's my concern with this whole Black Panther, Namor, Dr. Doom book. The writer never said one time he was a Black Panther fan. Okay, well, what is he finna do? Yeah, I get it. We excited. Nah, I'm not gonna say that. I have guarded skepticism. We gonna say we excited about this new Black Panther run. Okay, well, if he's not a Black Panther fan, what is he finna do with T'Challa that's gonna make me feel like this is T'Challa? Because I didn't got enough Black Panther stories where I'm looking at him like, I do not know who the hell this is. So I just want us to be mindful. In regards to Stephanie Williams, let the queen cook. Let her cook. This ain't me glazing. This is me just saying, those writers, unless they got cachet to their name, they get direction. They get told what to do. And she told you, she didn't have that much creative freedom. No, I want you to give me a story about Wakanda without T'Challa in it. Okay, well, she got to eat. She got to eat. What's going on, C? We're talking about the controversy surrounding Cheryl Williams, surrounding her, Black Panther, and everything like that. She got to eat. What's in that bowl right now? Hey, can you come in and write a Black Panther story without putting T'Challa in it? Better yet, just give us a Wakanda story. Focus on Shuri. Okay. Well, now here's what I'm going to look at. She didn't put Shuri in no Black Panther costume when she wrote that story. You see how I did that? She didn't put Shuri in no Black Panther costume when she wrote that story. She kept Shuri right there as the griot. Well, what would I expect from her as a writer of current day Shuri? Oh, you gonna write her as the griot? Okay, well, she did that. she did that. Like, what am I mad about at this particular point in time? You gave me a story about the side character, and you kept the side character. The side character. You ain't had a side character doing some main character stuff. No, you had the side character doing side character stuff. Okay, all right. That's what that is. And we're not a fan of the fact that she had Shuri engaging the Rhino. Well, ain't that one of the first villains Shuri came across? Reginald Hubbard. Remember when T'Challa challenged for the mantle? Because it was not Juggernaut. I know you watched that BET cartoon. It was not Juggernaut. It was the Rhino. Okay, well, Rhino Part 2. I don't know how to be mad about that. I got Shorty. Fill me in. What's the controversy? What's Joker, aka? So the controversy is basically folks feeling like she didn't do T'Challa right. She's somebody that says she's going to, bring some more names to the totem of Marie McCabe. Like we pump fake like we talking about names for the mantles and everything like that. And some folks got upset. They felt like when she wrote Wakanda, I bought that story. I did Shooties on the cover of it. They felt like she was taken away from T'Challa. Well, T'Challa had an ongoing monthly while this was coming out. He did. He didn't get treated respectfully in his ongoing monthly while this was coming out. And this story, I read it, I bought it. That story don't take away from T'Challa. So I don't, when folks get mad, well, I know why Black Panther fans get mad. I just don't think every Black Panther fan does a great job in articulating why they upset. Some of us, I think we take it too far in regards to her. Like I said, I read it, I bought it. I didn't have a problem with it. As a T'Challa fan, as a Black Panther fan, I didn't feel like this story took away from T'Challa at all. No, I felt very much like that trash that John Ridley was writing was taken away from T'Challa. So, she's going to take over Vixen. Okay. Well, Africa is a large continent. That's what that is. And if we're thinking about this, right, let's be clear. If there are 5 tribes in Wakanda and one of the tribes has an avatar named T'Challa, do we really think we shouldn't have any more avatars? Which is crazy because M'Baku is an avatar. So you got M'Baku, you got T'Challa. You not asking where the other 3 avatars at? Gekre got M'Baku. Bast has T'Challa. You not asking, you ain't never thought for 1 second where the rest of them at? Because they should exist if you think about what great writing is, consistent writing. If 2 tribes got an avatar and it's 5 tribes, then yeah, the other 3 should have avatars too. Just because we ain't seen them yet don't mean they shouldn't exist. Okay. Well, if Marie McCabe is the animal totem bearer, because that's what that is, and we know she belongs to a tribe because that's what that is, and Africa is a big behind continent because it sure is. Are we really of the mindset that there are no other totem bearers? Hold on. So we can wrap our head around different. I got the steel force, I got the strong force, I got the speed force. I can wrap my brain around the fact that I got the green, I got the blue, and I got the red. But I can't, and I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about, the Avatar Solomon Grundy. I can wrap my brain around that and process all of that. But when it comes to totem bearers, that's where I'm drawing the line. I can't comprehend that at all. No, we can't do that. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Oh, this is pretty good conversation. Actually, appreciate that, Anonymous. Appreciate that. I like the name too. What's going on? Anansi got miles. So I don't know where the discourse is coming in at. And then, like I said, you got some people, they mad. Listen. I don't know how to get mad at a writer that's doing what they told to do. I might not like what they've been told to do, but if that's what you've been told to do, that's what you've been told to do. Now, I know how to get upset if you just doing it willy-nilly. Like, that be my thing right there. Please don't cover for the company. Please don't cover for the company. If that's what they told you to do, own it. Hey, I got told to do this. She told you. I was told to do this. I was told to do this. Write this story without him. I had little to no creative control. You know what? That line up with everything else everybody keeps saying over there when they go to Marvel. Certain stuff they can't do. And T'Challa, the king of Wakanda, is one of them things they can't do. Oh, no, you better not put no shine on that dude. You better not put no shine on him. Now, I would like to know why he can't have no shine put on him. Like, I would like to get it from the horse's mouth, but we really don't have journalists that's going to ask that question, whether these editors show up at Comic-Cons or not. Well, the queen answered the question. You just didn't like her answer. I respect her answer. She did what she was told. And last I checked, we don't own a big 1 nor a big 2. Last I checked, as in me and mine, we don't own no major publishing. We don't. So she gotta put food on the table. Like, she gotta put food on the table. And I understand, being a legal specialist, sometimes you can't speak to certain stuff because you didn't sign some paperwork saying you better not open up your mouth. I get that, understand that. Oh, the same thing with Mahershala Ali. Well, why he ain't say nothing before? He ain't say nothing before, stupid, because he was up on the contract. Right? You up on the contract, right? You could want that movie to come out. You could be mad that movie ain't gonna come out. You still didn't got paid a certain type of change to promote said movie that ain't coming out. You better wait till that expiration date come up before you open your mouth for any daggum thing. The worst thing than not really getting paid no change is having to pay more money than you didn't made back because you can't keep your mouth closed. Well, you see, that's what that is. Buddy spoke. They didn't want to do the movie. Okay. Well, she's telling you they didn't want her to write nothing about T'Challa. She not the only one that got them instructions. You can look at the writing. Now, what I would like for this here, John Ridley, you need to come to the table. Because that's never going to, that stain right there on your resume, it's never going anywhere. It's not. We don't want you nowhere near our superhero. You need to come to the table, and what you can say is, they made me do it. I ain't had no choice. I ain't want to do that. And I low-key want to give you that type of clout too, because I liked Undercover Brother. I did. I liked Undercover Brother. I did. I enjoyed 12 Years a Slave. I did. Just like I enjoy another story written by another writer. I want to believe you didn't have nothing to do with this. I really want to believe you got told to do this. So you probably need to at some point write a book, a tell-all book or something like that there. So we can just go ahead and clear your ledger. Make sure you ain't got nothing to do with this. But as it stands right now, my dog, you don't look good. What we not finna do is compare Stephanie Williams to John Ridley. We're not gonna do that. What do you think the chances are? This come from Joker A, and we're not getting no Blue Marvel. We not getting no Blue Marvel. Marvel didn't have, let me tell you how and why I know we as a nerd, we not finna get no Blue Marvel. First of all, Kevin Grivio, the movie, Lord have mercy, I'm forgetting the werewolf movies. And Underworld, Lord have mercy. Writer, man, listen, just beautiful. Okay, well, we should have got Adam Brashear doing WandaVision. Didn't Monica say she had a friend? And wasn't everybody and their mama alluding to that dude being her friend? Okay, we didn't get that. We got a Blue Marvel action figure. It's undersized. It should be the same size as Hyperion. A Gladiator. Some reason it's not, which is the damnedest thing, because Dan said Blue Marvel was one of his favorite characters. I was like, so how did this make past quality and control? Because you say this your favorite, your favorite character, one of your favorite characters, and you couldn't wait till we got the action figure. So explain how the action figure just looked like a regular 6'6" action figure. Make that make sense, Dan. No. Then we got the Marvels. Think about that for a second. You get a movie called The Marvels. He ain't in it. You get a spacefaring movie called The Marvels. Well, you got, I like to do this right here. Kamala Khan, that's Ms. Marvel, as she should be, right? Monica Rambeau, because she's the first female Captain Marvel, I refer to her as Captain Marvel. Carol Danvers, y'all gonna like this one right here. Carol Danvers, because of how she felt about old boy. You know what I'm talking about? Right. And since they ain't saw fit to bring him back, he's still gone. That's crazy. Her name, her code name, her alias is Marvel. MAR-VELL. Yeah, she named after him. I think that's honorable. See, we know something about honoring the deceased and everything like that. So she got that name. And then you would have Blue Marvel. So in this movie right here, which I think folks would have gave Kevin Feige a lot of credit for if he just would have did this. In this movie right here, you would have had Ms. Marvel Captain Marvel, Blue Marvel, and Marvel. But no, you didn't get that. That's not what you got. But no. So, and no ongoing monthly. Like the last time I saw Adam Brashear, watch what I say with this one. It was in Storm. The last time I saw Adam Brashear was in Storm, written by Marwa Ayodele. No, you're not gonna get that. What? No. Where we gonna put him at? You gonna put him on the Avengers? Who you finna take off? No, for real. You put Adam Brashear on the Avengers, who you finna take off? Because you gotta take somebody else. That's him replacing Thor. Oh, good luck with that one. Or Iron Man. Because he's not stupid. That dude, the damn near astrophysicist. Okay, we gonna get an Avengers comic book without either Thor or Iron Man? No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Stop. Invaders? No. Because don't nobody know who the invaders are. If they not baby boomers or Gen X, they don't know who the invaders. Defenders. The Ultimates. We tried that. We tried that. And how they had Carol talking to him. Which I think they should bring the Ultimates back. But what you going? You can't. They're not going to give him an ongoing monthly. That's not cool. Because who would be his? We're going to bring Connor back, Anti-Man again, as his. Okay, that's going to be his main antagonist. We're not going to put nobody else there. Ain't going to do that. Fox did Storm Dirt. I just saw where they deleted the fight scene where she helps Wolverine out of X3. Yeah. And that's going to be what that's going to be. What's going on, Liam? What's going on? God, are you listening? Why do we suffer? What's going on, Freyo? What's going on? My brother Flash by night, my fellow Devil Dog say the MCU ain't going to have y'all talking about Marvel's origins. Let me see. What do you think about the Spider-Verse movies replacing Miles with Gwen as the main character? I'm a comic book fan. I'm a comic book fan, Liam. I'm a comic book fan. The question that I would ask is, what do Miles Morales fans think about that? Because I'm a nerd. But I've been told by folks that don't read comics to keep my comments to myself. Mind you, I don't mind because I'm like this. I got Miles at the house. Ain't it right, baby? Yeah. I got little Miles. I got old Miles. I got Miles in his black costume. I got Miles invisible. I got Miles at the house. So in my house, I'm not waiting on Miles to show up. I literally got Miles. So I don't want to get cussed out by nobody. That went on far too long. He said last night was all, man, I hope you're talking about the live. Oh man, let me keep going with these notes and everything like that. Let me see here. One of the avatars is Moon Knight, correct? Joker? It should be. It should be. Khonshu right there. You know the problem with Moon Knight? And I be wanting folks, I be like, because I don't play around with folks' religion. I don't do that. What you believe is what you believe, and I'm not going to question that. To me, it's all about loving your fellow man at the end of the day. But, so you mean the dude is Jewish? I just want folks to help me out with this one. So the dude is Jewish, right? Mercenary. Cool. Egyptian tomb. That's a lot going on around here. Jewish, mercenary, Egyptian tomb. Make it make sense. Things go left. Cool. He about to take a dirt nap. Right. So you mean the dude that is Jewish switched out at the last second because he was about to pass away and became and converted his religion? Okay. And the deity took him seriously. Like Khonshu was like, oh, so you don't believe in Mary no more? No, I'm with Khonshu. Okay, well, come on over here. Where's the test of faith at? You just gonna ditch Mary? You just gonna ditch Mary like that? Okay, all right. Okay. You like it, I love it. You like it, I love it. So, but yeah, he should be an avatar over there. That's what Cheryl Lynn Eaton had over there in Blood Hunt. Yeah, Khonshu is an African deity. I don't know how you get to be. I don't know how you. Because I'm confused with it. I'm not sure how you be an African deity, but your servant is Jewish. Like I don't. Something 2 + 2 not adding up to be 4, but hey, I didn't write that. I didn't write that. I didn't write that. But anyway, like I said, controversy around Stephanie Williams. Africa is a huge continent. That's a huge continent. If we can accept the green, the red, and the blue, the gray and the black and all that stuff, y'all know what I'm talking about because we nerds, we read them comic books and everything, and we can accept the fact that in Africa, even in the diaspora, they got more than one. There's more than one God over there with the Orisha. We know Bass been running things, but we know it's more than Ta and Koku and Gekre and all that other good stuff. We know all that. So she's told you, whether you like it or not, why she did what she did. That's what she was instructed to do. She was told to write this story without T'Challa, right? And she was given little to no creative leeway. Okay, bada bing, bada boom, bada bop. Bam. She's telling you she's coming over here. They gonna let her build on the lore of Vixen. That's a great thing. That's a great thing. If you a Vixen fan, you ain't got that much lore with Vixen. You know that. you know that. We ain't got no lore written about Vixen Marie McCabe like that since she was a member of the Justice League back in the day when she, ironically enough, when they took on Solomon Grundy. You know that. You know that. So let the queen come in. Hopefully they provide a letters page and everything like that. And you can write in, if you're a Vixen fan, you might know some stuff she might not know. You can help guide her down the road, and hopefully she's reading the letters page and everything like that. But the anger that, I think that's too much. I think that's too much. What's going on, Afro Future, my brother from across the water? What's going on? Appreciate that. I see we got the moderators in here and y'all handling business because some of these folks are going out their mind. Why we just can't just act like we got sense? That said, man, enjoy her story. I think she's gonna have something going. I think she's gonna be cooking with grease. She's excited to be writing it, and I think as at the end of the day, that's what you want. We chilling, Regilio, we chilling. I think that's what you want. You want a writer that knows and cares, and clearly she cares. She's excited. She know about the character. She finna do some stuff. Let her cook. As far as her time with Black Panther, hey, we know how they feel about that character over there. They done told us ain't nothing gonna change until we get rid of certain folks. We like to think that the new editor is a step in the right direction. I'm cautiously optimistic because, like I said, I looked up the writer that's writing this new Black Panther story, and there's nothing in his bio that tells me he is a Black Panther fan. It really ain't much to tell me he is a superhero fan. He loved mystery. He loved mysticism. He loved that. That's his thing. That's him and his homeboy stick. They like stuff like that. Well, that don't make me feel like that doesn't guarantee me you're going to write a great Black Panther story or a good Black Panther story and or a Black Panther story that makes sense. You're going to give me something that's got some mysticism in it, but that don't mean that story going to make sense. So that's about it. She been doing some good work in Outside the Big Two. I'm excited. I am too. Mr. Yo said, did you ever see Power Rangers Prime where they beat Voltron? Nope. Whoa. No, I'm gonna have to check that out. Greetings. I'm excited for Vixen. I don't currently buy any DC. You know what? It's about the absolute universe to me. Afro, absolute Batman, absolute Green Arrow. That's absolute Green Lantern kind of got stale for me. But yeah, about that right there. Let me see. Wait, there's a new Black Panther coming. Yeah. Let me see here. It's got Namor and Doom in it. New Black Panther title. You got to type 616 when you put it in here, or type in comic book, because if you don't, it diverts straight to the English. Like, man, I'm not talking about the MCU. Hold on. Yeah, the new comic book series featuring Black Panther and Namor together is Black Panther, Namor Doomed, a 5-issue miniseries from Marvel Comics written by Ethan S. Parker and Griffin Sheridan. Issue 1 dropped September 2nd, 2026. The plot: Black Panther and Namor must team up and travel into hell after demonic forces attack Wakanda and Atlantis. I see a lot of folks getting excited about this. Not saying you should or shouldn't, but as a nerd, when you say to me demonic forces pulling up in Wakanda, I'm looking like, what bad's that? Where you say they pulling up in Wakanda? Okay, well you not pulling up. You're not pulling up on Wakanda as no demonic nothing, and you ain't cleared the Orisha. And see, that's where I'm looking at this dude. Are you a fan of Black Panther, or you just writing what you want to write? Because if you're not a fan, you're not going to respect the lore and the legacy. And you not pulling up on Wakanda as a deep... Bass put hands on Mephisto. So if I got comic books canon where Bass is putting hands on Mephisto, why wouldn't I expect Bass to defend Wakanda from some demons? Why wouldn't I expect the Orisha to get involved? But this says nothing about Bass, nor does it say anything about the Orisha. It don't. The twist: deep in the underworld, the rival kings cross paths with the wandering soul of Dr. Doom. Without Bass. Neptune not involved either? That's crazy. What you say, Mr. Yuck? Can I ask Ghost Rider? You know what? You can, but you see how we sit up here like the spirit of vengeance, he definitely gonna get involved in something. You ain't finna pull up on Danny Ketch, Johnny Blaze, or Robbie Reyes, and you not thinking, you don't think spirit of vengeance he gonna have some? Okay, stop. You're not doing that. Oh, Namor, Black Panther, I got you. I think it'll be okay. Let me see. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. Avengers tie-in. Like I said, when we say we think it's going to be okay, if you say something to me about hell and Thor's in the story, I'm looking for 2 cats to pull up. Hela and or Odin. You not finna give me no story with Thor going to hell and one of them 2 don't pop up. Loki definitely going to be around the corner somewhere. But this is when I speak to this mindset that we got. We think it'll be okay. Well, where is it okay for T'Challa to go down to hell and there's no involvement, no acknowledgement, no mention of any spiritual deity from Wakanda? We didn't got way too used to doing that. We didn't got, see how as easily as we say, it'll be okay. It will. Every time we say that, I'm just saying, we don't toe that line. We know damn good and well you ain't telling no story about T'Challa going to hell and Bass ain't on the scene. But we talked ourselves into accepting it just to get a Black Panther story. Well, you know what? I ain't never finna get that type of Thor story. I ain't finna get that type of story. Folks gonna be in place. Folks gonna be where they supposed to be at. That's how they gonna be. That's how it's gonna be written, and that's how their lore will get established. Being cool with Bass not showing up is how we get Bass not showing up in the MCU. Meanwhile, we gonna see Zeus all day, ain't we? And we gonna see Zeus. Yeah, man. You even get to see his son, Hercules, pull on up. But blink and miss Bass, and then had the audacity to complain about why you're not seeing Bass. It's because we're allowing writers to come along, write stories that should feature Bass. Just like we get stories that feature Odin, they will write stories that should feature Bass, and we get no Bass. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Listen, I'm out. Killmonger versus M'Baku. Who you got winning? You know what? I'm gonna go with the second fiercest warrior in Wakanda. the dude that's been blessed by the white gorilla. Yeah, the dude that ate the flesh of a white gorilla, the dude that bathed in the blood of a white gorilla. Yeah, I'm going with him. I'm gonna take him over the dude that consumed the synthetic heart-shaped herb. There, I'm gonna go with that dude right there. He got the blessings of a deed. I'm gonna go with him. Listen, thank y'all so much for pulling up. Enjoy the writing. Enjoy the writing, right? Let's take it easy on these writers. If we don't know, it's one thing for them to say they did it. It's another thing when they let it be known, hey man, I was doing what I was told to do. See, now we got that now we got an argument with somebody else. It ain't on them no more. Like, share, subscribe. Remember the late great Don Cornelius and Chadwick Boseman. Until next time, whether we agree, disagree, like one another, it don't even matter. At the end of the day, we still brothers and sisters. I wish each and every last one of you love, peace, and so we out.